Hello guys, Coconut Bandu here. Well, made series called Mordecai and Friends, and some people want to know all the characters, but why I had to create it and why you have to watch it. Here are some facts and true stories about the show that you have to know it. Mordecai. The main character's real name is Mordecai Anders. He is 16-year-old guitarist. When he was a kid, he used to cut trees with dad Andy. Andy's first ever job was in scientist, but then he got fired due to burning the whole lab. After he got fired, he started to make a lab. It took him 10 years to create it. Once he finished his lab, he saw a giant leaf falling from the tree. After he scanned a tree, he created an unnamed alien Strapster. Due to Strapster's powers being glitchy, Mordecai killed him by using special weapons hidden in his metal hand. Well, Strapster ripped off his hand due to being scared of Robert. Robert was used to become Maria's best friend, but then he hated Makeover's causing Maria to be her enemy. He was trying to kill Mordecai while he was on the stage. Well, the reason Mordecai lose his eye, Robert started to sabotage a light switch, then he had rocks that he found it next to his house. He throwed a rock once he sabotaged the lights. Maria came to visit him once his operation was completed. He also broke his leg and arm. After Maria and Mordecai flew to space, they saw a giant spaceship. The leader of the spaceship, its master Rolex and her professor Zorlix. Strapster wanted to see Andy again, so he was controlling the spaceship. However, Strapster doesn't even have his real name. Robert decided to call him like this. His name means energy and nature. Mordecai was born in a street called Origami. First Roxy born a sister, Maria Anders, and then she born Mordecai. When Mordecai was 11-year-old, Charlotte was born. She is 5-year-old gardener. Also, you didn't hear about that, but Roxy also born a third sister which gone missing. Her name is Dolores. Dolores Parker Anders, it's her name. However, the reason she went missing, Charlotte and Dolores were on a bike. Dolores saw a giant ocean, but Charlotte declined to go with her. Once Dolores started to play at the ocean, she fell asleep by being hit with a syringe that had sleeping pills. Dolores, when she woke up, she was dizzy. However, she was kidnapped to a land that is coldest. She couldn't remember her own home and she became 15-year-old. To be honest, here is her voice.
I got to find another way.
However, it's been 15 years, she became 17. She went to her igloo and tacked off her hat. Dolores was so cold that she had her hair and toes being frozen. For very long time she was getting colder and colder, causing her to get frozen. She never woke up, but she was discovered. Roxy was born in 1950. Her mother's name was Pandora Colonsal and her father's name was Frank Colonsal. They get married. Roxy's mom said to wait for them to come, but sadly they died in car crash. Once she came back to her family's house, she met her friend from school Andy. Once she got married to Andy, she changed her surname from Colonsal to Anders. When Roxy Anders was 18, she became pregnant. She kept 4 kids aka Maria, Dolores, Mordecai and Charlotte. Last but not least, it's Charlie. Charlie is an evil or darkest side of Charlotte. She appeared when she was poisoned by toxic fire that Strapster made. When Charlotte was poisoned, she couldn't remember what happened. After waking up, she saw in her head her evil side, causing it to get into her life. Charlie was in Charlotte's head all the time, that ended up turning her evil and devil. And that's all of Real Stories and Characters family. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow me on social media. Turn the notifications on for new videos and episodes of Mordecai and Friends. Bye, Starcatchers.